7 million in the world are enslaved today. 20 million women and children have been trafficked into the global sex trade. 5,000 are trafficked daily. Up to 4 million young women and children, 56% from Asia and the Pacific, will be sold into prostitution in the next 12 months. Human trafficking is now the fastest growing criminal industry. It is the second largest income generating syndicate in the world, second to the drugs and arms trade, generating Malaysian ringgit 101 billion annually. Sex trade is a key part of Southeast Asian economies. An estimated 142,000 women are prostituted in Malaysia alone. Australia is a destination country for victims trafficked from Southeast Asia. This is fueled by demands from women who are seen as compliant and whom they can be violent towards. Singapore is mainly a destination country for victims trafficked from Thailand, the Philippines, China, and Indonesia for commercial, sexual, and labor exploitation. Indonesia is primarily a source, but also a transit and destination country for human trafficking. An estimated 100,000 women and children are trafficked annually. 30% of female prostitutes are below 18, and 70,000 children are victims of sexual exploitation. Indonesia's sex trade generates Malaysian ringgit 11.4 billion annually. Estimated 2.8 million are prostituted in Thailand, of which a third are minors. People tend to think these issues, though, are third world problems, but they most definitely are not. Nearly 18,000 to 20,000 people are trafficked into the United States annually, of which nearly 50% are children. Domestic abuse is the #1 cause of injury for women in the world, more than car accidents, muggings, and rapes combined. Every 9 seconds, a woman is beaten in the United States. These are issues that affect every sector of society, from medicine to law to business to social services. The performers of Anamika, and particularly Shilpa Danavmula, who worked so hard on this project, hope today's performance causes you to pause and think about these issues. We are talking about your mothers, your sisters, your daughters, your friends. The performers will now join us again to discuss the project further.
This project is a collaboration of all these dancers here. I cannot do ballet, so all the amazing ballet was by the ballet dancers themselves, and Sriya and I definitely figured out some nice moves in Bharatanatyam, which is a different Indian style of Kuchipudi, which I do. So it's definitely full group effort. The idea started off as I want to do Indian cosplay dance and ballet dancers. And I went, huh? And yeah, she was like, So then, what happened at the time, I don't know if you guys remember in India, there was a rape of a woman in a bus in Delhi. And that kind of sparked the 1 Billion Rising event. And it kind of sparked in me a question of why do we address that topic. So that's what Anamika came from, was that event, that thought, and then the work of these amazing dancers. So 15 weeks, guys. Hopefully you're there.
Any questions?
Could you explain how you came together to do it and how the project unfolded?
Why'd you guys say yes?
Okay, I'll go. Well, I got an email or a text or something from Shilpa in like September, and it was like, hey, like, it was to all of us, like, hey, you're all really awesome, typical Shilpa email. And I wanted to be a part of this project I'm doing. So then we all met up in Reamer, and Shilpa's like, oh, I want to do like Indian dancing and ballet dancing combined to address the issue of human trafficking. Would you guys be down to do it? We were like, yeah. And then, yeah, it just turned into this whole project, and Shilpa did amazing stuff. So,
Yes. I think some of the dancers are into human trafficking. They're very vocal about it. Into They're very into the issue of human trafficking. And so it was quite easy for them to say yes. Several of them are very outspoken against it. So, and I do want to introduce my dancers, obviously, because I don't know if you guys know. I'm Shilpa. I'm a senior. This is Jasmine, and she's a junior. And Maria, a junior. Kyla, Sriya, Sherry, and Anamika, and Yosha. They're also senior juniors. So, do you guys want them?
Is music, the vocals, were they pieces that were written for this, or things that you thought were appropriate?
Yeah, so the songs that we both sang were chosen for this performance. They weren't necessarily created for it, but we thought they applied really well. Yeah, I mean, I guess the song that I sang is about, the pain of sort of being taken away from a situation of comfort. So we thought that was very relevant because it was sort of representing the fear component of, after someone gets kidnapped like that, what's sort of going through their head. It's a combination of sort of being uprooted from where they are as well as feeling so tied to where they were coming from. So.
Mine was a piece on sadness. It was actually very difficult to find this song. Shilpa and I went through everything trying to find this actually. But it was definitely a good representation of the sadness that one would feel, or you can imagine one could feel while going through this experience. It talks about like losing your soul and losing your pride and everything that you have, and it just kind of shows the emotions that an individual would be going through in a situation like that.
Most songs, which actually interesting enough, are about men causing pain to women. So most songs are like, you left me, you suck, and very male-oriented, like you hurt me, reactionary songs. Which is, try to find a song, I challenge you, try to find a song by a woman that's not talking about a man, or their partner or anybody else. Try to find one song, and it was very difficult. So this song was a catch on Google. So I found it.
I'm really interested in the gestures that you're making with the red armband because it seems like there's a lot of individual gestures and then communal gestures. Can you speak about how that came about?
Well, I guess the idea was that in each of the pieces, one of us represented the girl in the story, and we wanted to not have one girl throughout the entire piece represent that because it's something that affects all of us. We wanted to show it bigger than one individual, so that's why we decided to have the focal point be a different person in each piece. And we thought we wanted something like simple but striking to represent that, so we had the idea of the red armband. And we wanted to, in figuring out, we went back and forth a lot about how we were going to incorporate that in, where we were going to tie it, or something that we were going to completely remove. And eventually we decided that if we wanted each time to switch to be part of the dance, and for that moment of going from the individual to something bigger than the individual to be incorporated in the piece, because that's an important emotional step that I think we need to take when addressing this issue.
And I think the last piece with just sort of, reveals the red armband is one of my favorite moments, just because there's so much going on in the piece about like relationships, how we're relating to each other, or like in my solo when I'm like calling out to people and then they're not responding, versus when Maria has her solo and she's going to people and they are responding to her, and so I think it culminates well at the end when we're sort of all connected and responding to each other, and this piece is sort of being transmitted communally.
Love this. It was very powerful, very beautiful. The part with the long white stars, the material connecting, was a particularly powerful image. And I wonder whether Shilpa, you or anyone else can speak to work that is being done to support the girls and women that are found and taken out of slavery. Because it seemed like that was a real symbol of support that was coming, and I know that there are some movements that are doing that. Anything you can speak to about that?
Actually, I can, because the woman that just asked the question is actually a dance therapist at Ellis who actually works with women. Yeah, that's a very, very good point, because she actually works directly with women who are abused and uses dance and movement to actually help them overcome their situation or their trauma from the past. So that is one of the options out there. There are other options as well. I know there's a lot of hotlines and a lot of, actually in Schenectady, there's a lot of groups right here, anti-trafficking leagues, domestic abuse hotlines that directly you can call and they'll put you in a safe spot, in a safe zone. I can't speak to more than that, but as far as I know, those are the services available. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like that piece is definitely one of the most powerful ones, because I think when I look at this issue and I see all the statistics, like finding hope is the hardest part, and that's why I was dancing, was hope. And so when they come and they like raise me up, it's just like, it really speaks to my soul. So I think there's definitely a lot of, I think they are often presented with the statistics, but we often don't hear like stories where women are like taken out of trafficking, they're taken out of brothels, like they are destroyed. I know there's a lot of really good organizations like Free the Slaves, the National Justice Mission, 1146. There's a lot of you, like, you Google a lot of NGOs who are doing really good work.
And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but did you guys see Arc in the story? Yes? Alright, so in Classical Dance, we have a thing called the 9 different emotions. So here we picked 6, and we arced it through the 6 emotions. So I don't know if you guys saw, there was joy, there should have been fear, there should have been anger, there should have been sadness, and then there was hope, and then there's peace. So we kind of arced it like that. And it's more of emotional. It's not supposed to be like the story, but it's supposed to be kind of the metaphor